Welcome back. Daily Show, 1016, Courtney McLaughlin back in studio. You know, every time someone drives by CJ's Juicery, they go, so is that? I'm like, no,
Yes,
I wish. I wish it was, you know, but no, it wasn't my cool idea. And Courtney, you're back in the studio because, you know, there really isn't a lot of places for anyone in the community to go and skate, really. I mean, I know there's, we were talking that you were looking for Alton to have a skate park. The one that currently is in town is just, it's not in good shape at all. I think that's the nice way to put it.
Exactly. It's not accessible. It's not rideable. Not only is the area a little bit dangerous, but the park itself is dangerous to ride. The park itself is a liability, and it's not for community purposes. It's just kind of something like sitting there.
Well, and you know, you always get, we were talking about this before we came on the air, is you get these folks who go, well, I can still ride it. Okay, well, that's great. Little Johnny that's 9 years old that just wants to learn.
He can't
ride it, you know, and that's what it's for.
Exactly. Little Johnny can't ride it because there's a hole in the middle of the ramp.
Right.
Or, you know, the slab on the bottom of the metal part is raised, and so there's this huge chunk, so when you go over it with your wheel, he stumps and falls, and then he's discouraged from even getting back on a board or a bike or a scooter or roller skates.
Or you got to go to the emergency room because he hurts
Exactly. And then his parents don't want him to do it. It's all around. It just doesn't add up for our community. And like I had said to you a minute ago, I had sent the mayor and the Parks and Rec lady email, just the urgency of safety for our town, because I just am to the point where I'm like, you know, let's just shut it down and condemn it so the argument won't be we have one, because it's not rideable, it's not accessible to us as a community.
Well, and honestly, when you start talking concrete and all that, you're better off a lot of times just rebuilding anyway because of just the infrastructure issues and adding to it, you know.
Yeah.
But what I think's really interesting about this is you have a you have a change.org petition.
Yes.
I was just talking about a GoFundMe.
Yes.
You have over 600 signatures. So, I mean, people are telling you, like, let's do this. And my thing is, why not? I mean, what else? People like to skate, and you were talking about earlier before you came on the air is that, you know, you go to St. Louis to do this. Why not have a really cool park where you're bringing folks from St. Louis or Edwardsville or East Alton?
Exactly.
You know,
that photo actually is Des Moines Skate Park in Iowa, and it's like one of the biggest parks in the United States. And to me, it gives Alton vibes, right?
Yeah, that does.
It's right on the riverfront. It's got a little walkable bridge, and I just use that photo because I really would love for that to be our blueprint, you know, not that we have to have the next biggest park in the United States, but like to see the community in that photo. And I mean, I know you can kind of feel the energy in it, but like the energy at a skate park, especially when it is accessible, rideable, equipped, and done the right way, the energy there with the community, the kids, even the adults, the friendship, the groups, the events, is something that you cannot match.
I agree.
Something you cannot match. And it would help not only like the parks and us people getting out and being active, but it would bring business to our small business area.
Yeah.
Like, we're all about small business, so we could do events, we could do sponsors, and then people will literally travel. I travel all over. I go to Iowa, I go to Indiana. That's like my favorite park. They just opened one. It's called Sunset Park in Evansville. It's right on the riverfront. Favorite park I've ever been to. It's about like 3 hours away. And it's like the energy there is just, you can't match it.
Well, and honestly, to me, it's all about, when we say Alton's about community, community's a lot of different things, because you have folks that, you know, find community in the bar, you have folks that find community in the gym, you have folks that find community all these places. So make a community wherever you can. And there is a huge skate community, and it's a very dedicated community too, where you're right. I mean, you got not just you, it seems like a lot of people are traveling states away to go and do these things.
Especially when they don't have access to stuff like this. So that's my whole point too, is almost every day, like, I'm not even exaggerating, I drive to St. Louis because I, for one, don't have anything really to do here. I don't drink anymore. I don't go to the bars. I mean, I try to support local businesses as much as I can, as much as my wallet will let me. You know what I mean? But we need a free activity. As much as I love night markets, love farmers markets, there's still money and alcohol based. Not the farmers market, let me reiterate that. Farmers market is a totally different vibe, but it's money. We have to have money, and people are struggling right now. They're struggling with their mental health. Shoot, we're struggling with our physical health.
For sure, big time.
We're not even being active. It's so hot out, which give us some coolness, but like it's so hot out. But like, shoot, we could have it next to this is hypothetically speaking, like right by the splash pad. Like, or we could have an aquatic center next to it as well. And I know from what I've seen, the blueprint of what John Simmons is trying to do, he's trying to make downtown. I've seen a few photos of like, they want to do exercise equipment stuff. And
they're doing
I don't know their whole plan, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
So like I was in contact with a couple people from their board. They didn't get back to me. No, nobody gets back to me. But I'm just like... Let's not forget about the skate park. Let's not forget about the scooters, the bikes, the BMX, the roller skaters, and the skateboarders. Yeah. Because we keep thinking about everybody else. Basketball, baseball. I don't know. I guess they're wanting the gym to be more accessible. That's great, but like this is still a physical activity that a lot of people are getting around with, because if you notice, every commercial that you see, and I'm not even joking, you Taco Bell to Verizon Wireless, they're skating.
Yeah.
In every commercial. And we're trying
You're right.
We're trying to be on the up and up. We have a Starbucks now, we have a Marshalls, we have all these things, we have a Savers. What about a skate park?
Right. Well, and there's a lot of, I think, especially in the district, and it might not be on the riverfront, who knows where but there's still a lot of plots though where you could really do something like this. And honestly, it to me, it's a no-brainer to do, because I agree with you. It's not the safest area if you rebuild over there. I mean, we all that's just being honest. It's not it's just what it is. And to have it in the downtown district, I mean, who's to say that can't be where a mom and dad drop off their kid to go to the skate park and they're going to have a bite to eat for a little bit, or
farmers market or whatever, definitely.
But you're right. I think there does need to be a need for more of these type of outdoor activities, because that's just where the world's going. You aren't seeing anything else other than folks trying to get outside or trying to do something. I
mean, we've been so on our phones the last 10 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like phones to me are still a very new thing. Like we're one of like the newest generations to, I don't know how to say that, but like phones, internet has not been around that long.
Right.
So everyone now, we've been so addicted, and in that we're trying to have more outlets. People are seeing people roller skating, seeing people skateboarding, and they're like, wow, this is really cool. we don't just have to do basketball, soccer, and baseball, what everybody kind of pushes us to do whenever we're growing up. I didn't really I did roller skate a little bit when I was little, but I didn't do it at a park. I did it in like a parking lot. That's the problem. And then people are upset because they're like, get off my lot, get off my land, don't skate in my church parking lot or whatever, because we don't have accessible parks that are skatable.
Right. Well, and I think just getting back to you would be a first step,
Just getting back.
Well, and I mean, like, and not trying to be a jerk about it, but I would be pretty discouraged too, where I'd be a little flustered if I'm like, I just want to know what the steps could be. What's that?
What can I do?
What can be done?
Other than just talking to myself. What can I do? And that's why I take weeks off, okay? Because I made that petition in May.
Yeah.
It's August.
Yeah.
I've not heard anything back. So I'm every week, I have to take a step back, right?
Yeah.
I have to go focus on my life and focus on my business, and I have to go do the activities that I love. I can't just every single day focus on this and try to build it up when I really don't get any feedback, or not that I'm not getting feedback from community.
Right.
I am, but I'm talking about the more of higher ups. And I understand that people have a lot on their plate. I'm not forcing, I'm not pushing or anything like that. But I did actually, within all my emails, I sent them the short documentary film about the Sunset Park in Evansville, Indiana. Like I said, they opened up last year and they made a short documentary on it. It brought me to tears when I watched it. So whenever I seen that short 30-minute documentary, that's when the spark lit in me. I was crying, and I was like, I have to do something for my community.
Interesting.
Other than just my, juicery business. Like, I have to be involved in this, and it just lit something in me. So I sent a spam email to 10, 20 people, and I just sent them all the same thing. I'm like, please just watch this short 30-minute video and get inspired. Just to get it in your head, to see how important it is. Because for me, I don't know, it made me emotional, because it really, we feel left out.
Yeah.
I'm going to just hone in on that.
Get you.
This part of activities and these people that find this stuff important to them and they're passionate about it, we feel left out. We don't feel seen. We don't feel heard. I have to drive to St. Louis almost every day and go build community 30, 40, 50 minutes away from my hometown that I have a business in, that I want to build community here in. But it is a very bar associated scene. It's just a bar scene. I know we're trying to build it up. I know we are. But I think a skate park would be the next step. I want to build community here. That's just what I'm going to hone in on. I'm tired of trying to make friends and meet people 30, 40, 50 minutes away.
Well, and like we talked about earlier, it's just all about community. And, you know, that 16 or 15-year-old don't have a car. That 12-year-old doesn't have a car, you know. And
they might be walking.
Yeah.
And even like the whole, I've been advocating more for like more bike trails, more bridges. And I know they're working on that. I know people have that in their mind, but our community needs to be more walkable, accessible. So kids or teenagers or even, I mean, older people still sometimes don't have vehicles. Things happen. People, you know, can't drive or they can't afford it.
Or maybe you just want to walk today. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Ride,
like,
whatever they want to do.
Well, I agree with you. And like we went about, because everyone has their own thing, no matter if it's football or basketball. But you're right, there's a group of folks and there's a big group that wants to skate and they want to do BMX activities.
We're
and they
left
want to
out.
be on the skirt. You're right. And so why not provide that community and really, like you said, 50 minutes away when you can do that 4 minutes away from your own business that you're already investing
honestly,
into.
my life would I don't know, you know, I think about it. My life would completely change if I could just go 5 minutes down the road and build community in my hometown.
That's so cool.
And then whenever I think about it, like I had the gentleman Chase ask me when he did a little article with me about it, he was like, where do you see yourself, you know, if this doesn't happen? If this doesn't go, you know, how you're hoping for your community, where do you see yourself? And I was like, in all honesty, I cannot live here.
Really?
I'm so serious.
Really?
I cannot. I'm going to have to leave because this is a huge part of my life. This is how I stay active. I mean, sure, I'm working out. I lift weights too, but this is, I don't know. It's like, okay, if you like basketball, anybody who likes a sport and they're like, they want to do it all the time. They want to practice with their homies, with their friends, with their family. You'll know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just what I do. And if I have a place where I'm staying that doesn't offer that, I can't stay forever.
Well, and
I can't build here.
Yeah, I get you, and it goes back to like being able to have a response from somebody and everything, and not just we're gonna investigate this, but just say here's the reality of it. For good, bad, or ugly, it would be nice for you to have a game plan because you're right. If
just a meeting, we could do a 10-minute meeting.
Right.
Tell me to mess off if it's not in the cards. Okay.
But at least because like you said, and I think it is important because you have a business here in the downtown district. You're on the busiest part of the downtown district, this and Bell, and you need to, if you aren't going to have the things that make it to where you want it, I mean, you have to every right to leave, and that's an investor in downtown leaving, and that's kind of the real way to look at it is in a way that's saying, what are we doing for the morale of the people, and it's not just you and the 16 and 25-year-olds that want to go skate or 30-year-olds. It's the kids that want to go do it too. Because hell, I remember playing the Tony Hawk game when I was a little kid and playing skate too.
My nephew's getting into it now.
Yeah, I mean,
and he has to go to Troy, Illinois. To go skate and get skate lessons.
Troy's got it going on.
Because we don't have anything. I know they're building up their skate park too. I signed the petition a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I was all for it. I'm like, please.
So what's the next step with this? I mean, what would you, I mean, because I know you don't, but my question is like, do you hope out of this conversation or, that when you do an article that it gets to 1,000 signatures, does that, initiate an initial phone call, do you think? I mean, what do you see this as the successful interview the couple of days after this as it went well?
Well, for one, I appreciate you letting me come on here.
Oh, absolutely. Every day.
But definitely, I feel like I'm going to be for real. I just don't know the next step. I'm just going to be so for real because not that we don't have community, but like even the people, that had signed the petitions, like I'm not really in contact with these people, I don't hang out with a lot of people here because I go to St. Louis every day and I build over there. But for my next step, I feel like I'd have to have another type of fire lit, if that makes sense, because I've been kind of shunned down in a way. So you kind of just get a little like burnt out. But I do have hope that I will have another, light engaged within myself. And then maybe like once we get to 1,000 signatures, I could do a phone call for sure, without a doubt. But I also thought about going to some of like the community meetings.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
Go speak.
I don't know. I felt like I shouldn't, and then I felt like I should, and then like someone was like, "Oh, you're not really gonna get anywhere." I probably should just do it, but I guess like speaking in front of people about something that a lot of people in that area don't really care about is kind of scary, right? It's scary. And I've not been talked to really. The mayor did respond though to the petition.
Yeah, I saw that.
You've seen that? Okay.
Yeah.
Good news, right?
Well, And the thing is, though, the way I look at it, the worst they can tell you is no. The worst they can tell you is no, and then
I know what my future holds.
Exactly, you do. But
our future holds.
Right.
It's not even about just me.
But when you have almost 1,000 people that are signing your petition saying how cool would it be to have a skate park and everything else, I mean that's a great incentive because I mean Alton's a town of what, 24,000. So 1,000 people already out of the 24 said yes, we're into that. So that's 1/24th of it. To me, if more people knew about the petition, I guarantee you that sucker would shoot right up to a couple thousand, 5,000.
Exactly.
And then you have a fourth of the people wanting wanting a skate park.
Exactly. And then I just want to mention, just like how I travel, I know for a fact tons of people will travel here.
Yeah.
We will have more tourism. We will have more people supporting our small businesses by coming to the skate park.
Yeah.
I want to make that so vividly clear because I'm one of those people. And I have tons of friends that I know too that do the same thing.
Right.
They travel, they go eat places, and then they go skate all day. And then they'll go rent Airbnbs.
Yeah.
We have Airbnbs here. I know we do. And I'm always thinking, who the hell is renting these Airbnbs? Well, the skateboarders, the BMX people will. Like, I'm truthfully,
right.
like, who's renting these Airbnbs in Alton, Illinois? Like, what's there to do here, essentially? If we had that skate park, I know people would rent those Airbnbs. They'd stay for all weekend.
Yeah.
I do that. I just say that because that's my life and that's the things I do for fun. And I'm not the only one. I go out of town and I meet other out-of-towners that aren't from that state too. And we're like, oh, shoot, you're from Memphis and we're in Indiana, you know what I mean? And I'm
Right.
from Illinois or whatever, you know?
Well, and now you see on the screen, that's Build a Safe Skate Park in downtown Alton. You can go to that change.org petition. You can be one of those 600 plus people that have already supported that. And Courtney, it goes back to what you said. I mean, number one, you can't rebuild where it's at. It's just not going to be feasible. Do you see... the only reason, and this is it doesn't have to have an answer to it. Do you see the skate park being on the riverfront? Do you see it being pushed back into the district a little bit? Where would you like to see it?
In my heart, I feel it on the riverfront. I feel it at least either across the river or near the river. I feel it in my soul, but I would take anything.
Okay.
Like, shoot, I would take it in Wood River.
Oh, there you go. Well, how can someone help you? Like you just said, Wood River, someone else.
Call me.
Yeah, what's the...
Oh, okay. So you can definitely call me. We could get together. And then my email is cjsjuicery@gmail.com. You can email me. I'm going to put out flyers as well with QR codes so you can sign the petition. I'm just going to pass them out to all the local businesses. Contact me. And also write the mayor an email.
Yeah.
So simple. Just say, hey, I'm for the skate park. What can we do to help? Send.
Yeah, I agree.
Super simple.
Well, Courtney, if you need anything in the meantime, just let me know, okay? And we'll get an article
Awesome.
out there for the public to know about this. We'll link the change.org petition into the article, too, so you can just click on it there, sign it, and bring in a safe skate park into downtown. Yes. Courtney, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
10:34. We'll take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk with Joe Moreau, IDOT, and learn about some upcoming opportunities. You stay there, and I'll be here in the studio.